Hey, what is up, guys? It's Tony Kress here, and I am going to talk about things that you can do at home to get your workouts in, because I know we offer a great deal here at Tony Kress Personal Training where it's $100. You get unlimited classes, you get TRX, you get Zumba, you get fitness camp. You can come every day and get in awesome shape. But I do know that times are tight and a lot of people don't have the money for that. So what I'm going to show you is something, I plan on doing this every week and show you a different workout every week that you can do at home 2 or 3 times a week and still feel like you're accomplishing something and getting towards your goal, like reaching your goals. So what I'm going to show you is a few different moves that are going to try and hit every body part that you can do with just pretty much your body, or some equipment that is very minimal and you can find around your house. So the first workout we're going to do is kind of a 5-round circuit. So all you're going to do is these 5 exercises right in a row, and I'm going to show you a few different progressions of each of them to where a beginner can do them, or a moderate exerciser, or even an elite athlete. My superior vertical is going to come into play when this little bar up here is right above my head. But the first thing I'm going to show you is a squat. And it's really simple. I mean, people say that they don't have enough time to exercise, or they don't have a gym, or they don't have enough money for a membership, and where really all you need is this. I mean, there's all these kinds of toys like dumbbells and bikes and machines and stability balls and TRXs and great equipment, but you don't need it to get in shape. I mean, that's kind of using those excuses. I don't have the stuff I need to get in shape. Yes, you do. If you have a body, you have the stuff you need to get in shape. So, with that said, I'm going to show you the 5 exercises that I want you to do for this week. So, we're going to start with our hands at our ears. And yes, you probably noticed I am wearing this is not pink. This is called salmon or coral. Coral is what they called it on the Lululemon website. So, I'm sticking with that, even though I do like pink. So anyway, we're going to start with a bodyweight squat. So we're going to put our hands at our ears, elbows out. We're going to keep our elbows out throughout the full range of motion on this move. And the reason we do that is because if you notice, if you're doing this with me, if you notice, when you put your elbows out and not in here, when you put your elbows out, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together in the back right here. So when you're here, you're not squeezing those together. When you're here, you're squeezing those together. And what we find in our culture today is forward rounded shoulders. And what we want to do is get away from that. We want to get away from the slouch here. We want to get those shoulders back into a good neutral position where the chest is out just a little bit. And this is going to help you. So when we do this squat, we're going to hold our elbows out. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Don't hold your elbows out here. Hold your elbows out here. So we have that good squeeze in the shoulder blades, feet about shoulder width apart. All we're going to do is keep our hands at our ears, not clasped behind our head here, because it takes away that shoulder blade squeeze. We're going to keep our hands at our ears, elbows out, shoulders dropped. We're just going to sit down and back on those hips, pop right back up. Sit down and back on those hips, pop right back up. You're going to find that when you sit down on those hips, those elbows are going to want to come in. We want to keep those elbows out, shoulders squeezed. So it's a 2-part movement. We still have that thing in the rear delt squeezed, but we're also doing that squat with our legs. So we're going to go here, and this is the beginner squat, right? If we want to add something to where we can do a moderate squat, we can add some tempo changes, like speed it up, or we can actually control that squat, hold down, push right back up. Keeping those shoulder blades down and back, squeeze together, elbows out, pop back up. If we want to add some intensity to this, so if that squat's not good enough for you, which it should be good for the majority of the population. If that squat's not good enough for you, we keep those elbows out, hands at the ears, start a little jump, right? So that's the first exercise. Second exercise, we're going to work on that whole back side of our body. So we're going to sit on the floor for this one. I don't know if you can see me, I hope you can. We're going to put our palms down flat on the floor. All we're going to do from here is push those hips up to the ceiling to get tabletop, all the way back down. Push those hips up, all the way back down. Push the hips up, all the way back down. If we want to add some intensity to this, we'll push those hips up, kick that leg out, put it back down, back down. Push those hips up, other legs out, back down, back down. If we want to add even more intensity, lift that leg up to begin with, push those hips up, all the way back down, and we can switch off legs, right? So you can do one of those two moves right there. The next move we got, we're going to start with a simple burpee, but I want to show you different progressions for the burpee. So, we'll start here. Easy progression. Put your hands down on the ground, step out, step out. If you can't do that push-up, don't do that push-up. We're just going to continue with the burpee. Step in, stand straight up. So again, step out, step in, stand up. Pretty simple move. So if we want to progress that, we can go step out, push up, step in, stand. If we want to progress that even more, we can hop out, hop in, stand. If we want to progress that one more time, down, out, push up, in, again. We want to progress that even more. Boom, boom, push up, in, jump. All right, so we repeat that. That's one exercise too. We'll call it the burpee or the bodybuilder. It's got like 15 different names for it. So that's 3 of our exercises, right? So we've got that bodyweight squat. We've got, it's basically a hip press. It's the beginning of a crab walk. You can go double leg, single leg, whatever you want to do. And we got the burpee right there with its different variations. Next thing I want to do, you can find a sofa, or if you have a bench lying around, or even you can even do this against a wall if you don't have the resources. But we'll take this bench. All we're going to do is put our hands in a push-up position on it, right here. All you're going to do is bring one knee in, pop it back out. Other knee in, pop it back out. If you notice, what we have here is a plank, right? It's not the plank on your elbow, it's a plank on this bench. Right? So we've got our butt squeeze, we've got our abs squeeze. We're just moving that knee up into our chest, moving that knee up into our chest without changing that plank, right? What you're going to see and what you're going to feel is this. So your hips are raised. We've got 2 different angles between our upper body and our lower body. What we want is one straight line. So we'll go here, knee in, knee in, knee in. If we want to change that and get a little bit more intense, we'll go knee in, knee in, knee in, knee in. And we can just continue that without changing that angle of our body. So this is basically a wall or bench mountain climber. Next exercise we're going to use the sofa or the bench or whatever you have where you can hang your foot. So we're going to start here. Hang that foot on that bench or the sofa. You can do this barefoot too. So we're going to hang that foot. I'm going to switch legs so you can see what I'm doing with the actual working leg. So we'll hang that foot on the bench. We're going to hop out so we can get this leg actually a little bit in front of us and free. All we're going to do from there is sit, pop straight up. Sit and straight up. Let this back leg do what it wants to do. If it wants to sit down and bend with you, you sit down and bend with you. But you want to get this leg bent at about a 90-degree angle or even more. Get low so you can engage that glute. What we can do there to advance that, right? We'll hang that leg. We can do a couple different things. We can change the tempo of that. We can go slow, hold, pop back up slow. We can go quick. Or we can actually jump. So those are a few different variations of that move. So we've got our 5 exercise circuit. What I want you to try and do is a minute of each of those exercises. I know that's going to be tough for a lot of people, but stop when you need to stop in that minute. Pick it back up when you can pick it back up. So we want to try for 2 or 3 rounds of that 5-minute circuit. So 1 minute of those prisoner squats, hands at the ears, elbows out. Next minute, we're going to go with that crab walk, that hip press. Next minute, we're going to go with those burpees. Next minute, we're going to go with those bench mountain climbers. And the next minute, we're going to do that hanging, it's basically called a Bulgarian split squat, where we hang that leg on the bench, do our variation of the squat. So we can get through that 2 or 3 times, that'd be great. You know, do that 2 or 3 times a week. You got yourself a pretty decent workout. So I'm just giving some tips. Hopefully next week we can come back here, get you a whole new workout, maybe even progress on some of the things we've done today. And hope you guys can get some free advice and some progress on workouts that you can do at home without spending a ton of money. All right? It's Tony Kress. Check us out, TonyKress.com. Or come in, check out a workout. First workout's free. Other than that, you guys have a great night. Peace.